My name is Cheryl Woodard, and I'm one of the meditation teachers here at Ecumenical Buddhist Society of Little Rock. Most of us turn to meditation because we want to feel better. We are dissatisfied. Maybe we feel that life could be more calm and peaceful and loving, and if there would be more happiness, and we want to find out. We want to explore that idea. And so this dissatisfaction, this urge to try to do better, is actually a sign of our natural intelligence and wisdom. And then the actually starting to meditate like we're doing this morning is a sign of our self-love. So right off the bat this morning, I would like us to take a moment to celebrate the fact that we are all here together, taking this very positive step on our own behalf to and acknowledging this wholesome motivation that brings us to a spiritual path. It's a really good thing, and we could pause for a second and be happy about that. According to the Buddha, humans make the mistake of trying to relieve their suffering by looking in the wrong direction. We look out there instead of looking in here. And as a result, we keep calling the wrong phone numbers and nobody answers. We never connect. Buddha's basic discovery that we call enlightenment is that we already have inside of us everything we need. But we forget to connect with those resources. We forget how. And we live in a world, frankly, that doesn't really teach us how to connect with our own inner wisdom. So that's why he taught us meditation. It's a practice, it's a technique for connecting with our natural mind, meaning the mind that we were born with, and the mind that has all kinds of qualities that we need. So there are lots of names for this natural mind, as I'm calling it, that the Buddha discovered. The Zen practitioners can sometimes call it big mind or true mind. Tibetans call it Buddha nature, because Tibetans start with the premise that we're already Buddhas and we just don't know it. I recently heard one teacher call it simply gentle presence, that you have a gentle presence in you. Maybe that's easier to relate to, that there's a gentle presence in you, always has been and always will be. And it's kind of like when you talk to yourself, you know, when you're upset and you try to cheer yourself up, there's this something in you that's also listening in a compassionate way. And so it might help to think of it that way. One teacher pointed to the childlike nature of our natural mind, that it's fresh. It is sparkling, he called it sparkling, inquisitive, and fresh. Not afraid to reach out and explore. I mean, a child who doesn't know, anything is willing to touch and feel everything. And so it's that kind of, back to that kind of like openness, exploring the world without fear. The Zen teachers called this not knowing, this state of not knowing, which means that you're open to any possibility, So it's, there's a famous Zen quote that says, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the experts, there are few. And so this morning I want to emphasize this potential to go back to the basics, go back to, and especially right now in the middle of this pandemic where nobody knows what's going to happen next. We have so much never been here before, and so we have no idea, where it's going to go or what will happen next. And so if we could become comfortable with that uncertainty, learn to settle into it and explore it a little bit instead of resisting it or being afraid of it, then we would have more power. Then we would have more options, as the saying goes, many possibilities. And I think that's what everybody is coming to meditation to look for, new possibilities, because the old ones are just not working. So Buddha taught meditation as a technique for connecting with the natural mind. And the Tibetan word for meditation is Gom, G-O-M, and it literally translates to becoming familiar, which points to the goal of meditation, which is we want to become familiar with our natural mind. We're not creating a state of mind or a particular emotional state. We're just becoming familiar with the quiet depths of ourselves and what we might know, what kind of freshness and openness might there be if we did that. So I would invite you to picture, for this meditation, to picture a bird, migrating flocks of birds, landing on a tree branch for a second, catching their breath, looking around, figuring out what's going on, and sort of just being totally inquisitive. Where are we? What happens next? And flocks of birds actually put their heads together and communicate with each other and decide, let's go south, let's go that way, and they all fly off together. So that's kind of the state of things. But in this meditation, I invite you to try and picture yourself as the tree. Be a tree-like presence that is steadily there, open and accommodating, and the birds can come and go however they want. They are no problem. So the attitude and the approach in this meditation is that we are settling here, opening up, catching our breath, and looking. Just looking. No other agenda than that. Okay? Resting naturally in this present moment, awake and aware, to see what happens. So, anytime we pause in our preoccupations, we can connect to this fresh, gentle openness that we have. So, I'm going to turn the camera towards the Buddha and the shrine here, but I'll come back later. But while we do the meditation, I'm going to turn the camera over that way. Okay, here we go. That's a beautiful Tara. Here in the middle and above her is the primordial Buddha, a Buddha. Tibetan Buddhas are always so colorful. Anyway, so now make sure that your spine is long, that you are well seated and securely seated on a cushion or a chair, and actually take a moment to feel your body settling, the weight of your body settling into the chair or cushion that is supporting you. And then from that secure, comfortable seat, feel your torso rising up naturally, kind of like the trunk of a tree. And feel the width of your shoulders, the length of your arms, stretching down from your shoulders to your fingertips. Pay attention to your face. If there's any tension in your eyes or your mouth or your jaw or your neck or your shoulders, just let that tension go. Nobody's actually looking at you right now, so your face can completely relax. Your eyes can relax. You're not looking out, you're looking in, and your eyes can relax. And your ears can relax. So, for a moment, feel the space, the open space around you. The warmth at the core of your body, the living presence of you, and the open space where you are. Now bring your attention to your breath as it moves your body. Find where you feel your breath and pay close attention to one or two breaths. Is it moving when you breathe? Do you feel your belly move? Or maybe you feel your breath around your head, your mouth, and your nose. Do you feel your breath in your chest? Just breathe for a minute and see where your breath is happening. Now for this meditation, I'm going to ask you to pay special attention to your out-breath. You don't have to think about breathing in because your body is always going to take in air when it needs it. But you can slightly emphasize the out-breath and picture in your mind's eye that as you breathe out, your body is releasing everything that it doesn't need. And you can picture all that unnecessary tension, stress, wrong ideas, whatever you feel is in you, you can picture all of that being breathed way, way, way out into the outer spaces of the universe. So far away that it never troubles anybody ever again. And then when you breathe in, you can remember that you're breathing in from the space around you. You're breathing in nourishment, oxygen that reaches every cell in your body and feeds you, basically, energy and life, keeps you alive. So, for a moment, take a couple of deep breaths. Breathe in and picture light and goodness coming into you, maybe even perfume or something like that. And then slightly breathe out like a gentle sigh and let the exhale carry away with it everything that you don't need. All the way out into the sky. I have a little gong here and I'm going to ring it now, and as you listen to the sound of the gong disappearing into space, I invite you to try this breathing in and out as deeply as you can. Maybe try to feel the breath a little deeper in your body than it normally resides, because that can be very calming. So here we go. As we're sitting here tuning into our breathing, distractions will naturally come along, and that's okay. Distraction is not a problem. In fact, we're here to see the distraction and watch it come and go. It's, you can think of the distraction as the birds landing in your tree branches and flying off again. They don't do any harm to the tree. But you can rest. Just rest here. Look around. See what you see. Drop your agendas and your plans and your hopes and fears about everything. And just for now, just for these few moments, settle into the place you're in. Feel your breath, your alive, breathing body. And look around you. Consider whether it's true that you have still functioning in you right now, despite however old you are, that you still have an innocent, childlike freshness operating in you. Curiosity, openness, a brave and friendly attitude towards the world. Why shouldn't things work out for the better? Maybe they will. We don't know. So if you can just sit back now and be here and breathe and be kind to yourself, be settled and open. What happens? What do you notice that's different or new or that you didn't see before? And if you feel distracted or it's not working or you feel whatever, any kind of sense that things are not going right, you can just go back to your breath. Your breath is the home base you can always go back to. Breathe in, breathe out, just kind of do a restart. Check your posture. Come back to noticing your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out gently, out, out, out into open space. And then just rest, let go, and just rest. I'm going to ring the gong again, and then I'm going to be quiet for a few minutes so you can practice this technique on your own. Remember, it has 3 parts. You settle into your body, settle your body. Your body is the meter that tells you how you're doing. Are you relaxed and open and present, or is there some kind of tension creeping in, or sleepiness, or something? So check your body. Is your tree upright and awake and present? And then open through the medium of your breath. Use your breath to help open yourself. And then just look around, just observe. Without judging, without accepting or rejecting whatever is happening in your mind, just observe. Now I'm going to ring the gong one last time. And as you listen to the sound of it disappearing into space, feel your entire body. Notice the space that you're in. Let go of the breathing technique and every other technique of meditation, and just be fully present for a moment. Once you become comfortable with this meditation technique of become familiar, as the Tibetans say, with this technique of settling your body, opening through your breath, and then resting your mind in the present moment. It is I should say, looking around you, resting and looking at the present moment. It's something you can do all the time throughout your day. It's just, it's called calm abiding. And it has these parts. It has the settling part, the opening through the medium of your breath part, and then the resting part, which is also observing your mind. And when you lose track of what's going on, you go back to the body and the breathing and start the steps over again. Pema Chodron, a very famous Buddhist teacher, American teacher, she calls it pause practice. And she, and Thich Nhat Hanh teaches a similar mindfulness awareness practice where whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you just stop what you're doing for a second, disengage whatever it is you're up to, and take 3 mindful breaths, and see where you're at. Just see what is happening with you right now. This is all, again, a technique to connect with the richness, the freshness, and the warmth of the nature that we were born with, that we inherited as human beings. The natural mind that's always been operating in us and continues to operate no matter what. And I think right now in this global pandemic and all the stuff we're dealing with, this is so helpful. So I encourage you to do it often. Make it a part of your life. Make it a part of your daily existence. Get good at it. How about that? Here at EBS, we've put all of our meditations and practice groups on the internet for now. We hope to open soon. We're cleaning up and getting ready and all that to open and invite people back into the building. But we just can't do it right now. But meanwhile, everything is online, and I really encourage you to check us out. We have every sort of Buddhist practice that you can imagine. We also have secular, or if you will, sort of generic meditation groups that don't require you to be a Buddhist. And you can really find whatever you want. Just go to our website, look at the online page, and check it in. Everybody will welcome you. Everybody will make you feel at home. And something will resonate, I'm sure, in one way or another, if you give it a try. So in the meantime, I hope you'll get to come to our building someday and we can all talk together about how we're getting through this, because we are all in this together, this crazy pandemic, and we can talk about how we all made it through and what we can do for each other going forward. Until then, and in the meantime, I wish you all the best. Please stay safe, stay well, and rest.